If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. For starters, it's completely free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone and computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcast, Outcast, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Oh, and did I mention the distribution, everything like that is completely free? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. Teachers are the building blocks of society. Without teachers, there would be no education. And without education, there would be no foundation for society. In this episode, we take a step further into the life of teachers. So join us in this episode as we explain the profession that is the teacher. We have all met a teacher, whether you've known it or not. If you've gone to school, then you have been taught by many teachers that have guided you on your pathway through life. The average teacher affects over 3,000 students during their career, wherever it may lead them. Teaching makes the top 5 list of most prestigious occupations, with 51% of people voting it as notable. This number used to be around 29% in the 1970s, so this is an important improvement. 54% of students say a teacher has helped them during a difficult time. 75% of students say teachers are mentors and role models. 79% of students say a teacher has encouraged them to follow their dreams. 83% of students say that a teacher has boosted their self-esteem and confidence. Almost everyone, 98% of people, believe that a good teacher can change the course of a student's life. Hindsight is definitely 20/20. 87% of people say that they wish they had told their best teachers how much they appreciated their efforts. Nearly all Americans, 94%, say we should do more to recognize good teachers. About 3.6 million students will graduate from the US high school this year, and they've all been influenced by a teacher. Here you can see in these statistics that the teaching profession is an important part of society. Teachers are the ones that guide you throughout school, and maybe they influence your career. Now we will have a small chat with one of Queensland's very own teachers. So we are joined by one of Queensland's very own teachers, Miss Finlayson, who has been teaching for over 27 years. Good evening, Miss Finlayson.
Good evening, Alistair.
So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about your teaching career. So first up, what is your favourite aspect of being a teacher?
That's a tricky question. I think my favourite aspect of being a teacher is being able to instill values into the children that you teach, and just being able to watch them grow over a 12-month period of time is really, really exciting. And I think it's a real privilege to be able to be a teacher and be able to be part of a child's life.
That seems really interesting. So, why did you choose to become a teacher rather than something else?
Well, from an early age, I was that person who sat down with her dolls and put them all out in a row when I was about 6 or 7, and I had a little whiteboard and some white chalk, and I would play schools with them, and even though they couldn't talk back, because they were very well behaved toys, it really inspired me to become a teacher, and that's always what I wanted to be.
Well, that sounds really interesting. So, can you please describe to us your most enjoyable parts of being a teacher?
Well, I think that kind of relates to question one. What's your favourite aspects of being a teacher? So I really enjoy being part of a team. And so when you're on a year level, we work as part of a team. So we get to share ideas, we get to share the highs and lows. And I think that's a really enjoyable part of teaching. And like I said in question one, watching the children grow and flourish and being able to be there to help them do that is a really enjoyable part of a teacher's career.
I noticed you mentioned teamwork and collaboration. What does that mean with you and the other teachers?
Well, we all get together and like I said, we'll talk about our day, we'll plan together and we will share ideas. And I think that's an important part of teaching.
And I know I really shouldn't ask this to teachers, but do you have any favourite students or students that stood out to you?
Well, Alistair, that's right. Teachers shouldn't have favourite students, and I'm sure they don't. But in saying that, there are children over the years that have had a special impact on me and I've had an impact on them for whatever reason. And at Christmas time, there are a few decorations that I pop on my Christmas tree from children that have given to me something really special at Christmas time to thank me. So while I don't have favourites, there certainly have been many students along the long journey that I've taken in teaching that have really touched your heart, and I guess that's in turn why teachers become teachers.
Well, that was our interview with Miss Finlayson. I hope you enjoyed this episode on teachers as we delved into one of their personal lives. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.